Hi everyone. It is day 7. I think. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yes, it is day 7. Um, it's late. I've been on the phone and texting people like a lot today. And I'm pooped, and I have another MRI tomorrow morning. Hopefully unrelated to what's been going on. So I need to get to sleep. So I need to make this like super, super short. So today, just to really, I did go see my gynecologist today. First time I've seen her since all this stuff has happened. And, she's saved, I've probably said this before, but my gynecologist is phenomenal. I'm extraordinarily blessed to live in the Boston area and have the care of fantastic doctors here. It's like the medical mecca being in Boston with all the hospitals that are here and the top-notch physicians, and just really blessed. I'm super tired. I had another biopsy today of my cervix, unrelated. I don't expect anything. My doctor doesn't expect anything to come out of it either. It should just be unrelated, and she's just doing an MRI tomorrow of my pelvis just to, as an insurance thing, like just to make sure I'm all good. Interesting, I guess, to link to the breast cancer is that I do have a Mirena IUD, and they took it out today. I went to the appointment just thinking I would have a colposcopy, which, not a colonoscopy, two very different things, two very different holes. I had a colposcopy today, which I've had like 3 times before. It's an unfortunate common thing that women have. And it's always come back benign when I've had it back, and I expect it to this time too, because other results, well, whatever. I mean, it's like, how much do I tell you and how much do I not tell you? But, women get pap smears every year, or at least they're supposed to. My pap smear was normal, so I'm not overly concerned, but other stuff was abnormal, which is why they did the colposcopy. But they took my Mirena out, and cramping, whatever, but not nearly as much as I've had in the past. I think all this stuff happening so fast has almost numbed me a little, where, like, even physically, like, I can't get all riled up. It'll only bring my blood pressure up, and I don't need that mixed in with everything else. But they took it out, and the reason being that the Mirena puts progesterone in your system, and my cancer cells are fueled by estrogen and progesterone. So I had the IUD originally put in like years ago. I think it's been about 10 years that I've had it. Not the same one. They switch them out every so many years. But I had it originally because, fun facts, a lot of young people are on birth control pills, and then as you get older, it becomes less safe to be on them because of the risk of blood clots, especially once you hit, I think, 35. At least that's what it was when I was off of them. So I was on the Mirena because I didn't plan on having more children. Then, the Mirena does not have estrogen in it. It's just progesterone. So it's weird having it out of my body. I feel like it's just another example of like bad things need to be out of my body physically. I mean, it's not been bad in the long run. It's kept me from, having an unexpected pregnancy, and it's kept other things at bay. And it's overall been a very positive experience for me to have the Mirena. Though I have to say, if you're considering getting one, the first 6 months after I had it, I felt like every time I sat down, it was like sitting on a rock. But after that, like, it was totally fine. and I think a very effective method of birth control, and people are on her for other reasons besides birth control. But anyway, it does put progesterone in your body, and don't need more hormones right now, so it's out, and I feel good that it's out. I don't have a partner right now, so I don't have to worry about that other part of it, but it's like I don't have this foreign object in me, and I'm like, oh, I have a whole new uterus going on. But I'm just, when I went into the appointment, I was just so thankful to see my doctor. Like, she's just very warm, fuzzy, and very, very smart. She's just top notch. And if it weren't for her, I never would have had even the breast MRI done. It was her suggestion to do that. And I feel like she's saved my life twice. The first one was based on other things, which I won't get into. That would be like a whole other show. Based on, I don't even know how to say that tactfully, so I think I should just leave it alone. But there's reasons why I'm single, or divorced, I should say. Anyway, so yeah, it was nice to see her, even under weird circumstances, and I felt like everything's going to be okay. I have the MRI tomorrow. She doesn't see anything that there should be any issues. Even when she looked up there, she doesn't see that there's going to be any issues. But today was a lot of, I had a rest today because I was just exhausted. There's been so much thrown at such a short period of time. And now that the kids know, I've been telling friends. And one thing I get now that I didn't really, when you have friends that are diagnosed with cancer or anything, I guess, that's, hurting them, it's a common thing to say, like, I'm sorry. And, like, to me, it's like, I can't stand those two words. I know that the meaning is, well, that's there, but even, like, in actions, when you're apologizing for something, if you just say you're sorry, to me, it means, like, not much of anything. Like, okay, you're sorry, and, like, what are you gonna do about it? Like, what's your plan of action? My hair, by the way, is awful. I've been running around so much for, like, all these doctor's appointments and things, and, like, I haven't had a chance to, like, do up my hair in days. I need a haircut hardcore. I want to get my nails done. They've just been breaking. I usually look pretty dolled up. If you Google me, you'll see that I have some pretty decent headshots, but right now is not one of them. Anyway, I just totally lost my train of thought. I have no idea what I was saying. But yeah, I've been running around, like, doing stuff, whatever. I was really tired today, so didn't get a lot of work done. But did a ton of work last week because I knew it would be a long week. So yeah, told friends and, like, asked them to, this I'm sorry thing. Yeah, asked them to step up and say, like, my one of my very good friends from high school, I said, can you reach out to, like, our high school group and just let everyone know, so I don't have to say the same thing over and over again. And yeah, the I'm sorry thing, it's an integrity thing. I'll probably mention Landmark more than once, but I did the Landmark Forum in March of 2018, and integrity is a big part of what you learn about in that program, and how to be integrous. And while it's annoying at times because you're like, oh my gosh, everything has to be perfect, whatever, it's more of an accountability thing. And having done that work, I get now why, like, I just don't have a tolerance for I'm sorry. Like, if you did something wrong, what are you going to do going forward, And then, like, when something happens and like this, and people say I'm sorry, I get that they're sorry. What I need and hope for that they would ask me is, like, what can I do to help you? I love that question. Even in any relationship, I find that one of the best questions. What can I do to help you? Because it just opens the door to giving help, and you might not know what to say. And it actually makes me feel better when people say, I don't know what to say, instead of just throwing out like, the typical, I'm sorry, and then that's the end of what they have to say. But I do get that, like, everyone handles it differently. I had a very close friend of mine who passed away recently from cancer, still processing that. And I didn't know what to say to her. She acted very differently. I understand that, like, when you go through chemo, it changes your personality almost sometimes. And you don't know what to say or how to approach, because you get that, these cancer cells are taking over this person that, like, makes them into someone that you don't even really remember. And that's really hard. So when they say I'm sorry, like, I know the well-meaning is there. I'm just letting all of you know, like, if you really want to help, a great way to open the door is to say, like, what can I do to help you? You just have to be straight up. And even with me, with communicating, it's like, I got like right now, I think I have like 20 texts or something, and I can't read them all. And it makes me feel good that they're there and they're reaching out. And it's not even a preference thing. Like, I was texting one of my friends today that I haven't seen in a while. We used to be super close, and not that anything happened. It's just, we are less close now. We just don't see each other as much. Oh, my battery's dying, so that's a clue that I really can't make this long. But it's not like I chose to text her and not somebody else. It's just, I read that one, and that was the zone I was in, and she responded right away, and there was just a dialogue back and forth. And then when I got tired, I said to her, like, I'm just beat. It's time to shut down. You just have to be straight with people. So yeah, I gotta make this short. I really wish I could, or I can wash my hair, I guess, tomorrow after my MRI, because it'll be so early. My hair looks awful. I need a haircut. But super grateful today. Even for the people that I'm not, like, aren't sure quite what to say. For people that came to my house or my apartment, well, today was one person, and just said, like, how, what can I do for you? And my co-anchor, I anchored Bedford TV News for 6.5 years, and my co-anchor heard, I started with one person, second you reached out to everyone else, and she and we work really well together. And it's an interesting relationship, because it's not like we go out for like drinks and stuff, not for any particular reason, whatever, but we have similar ways of thinking, which is, I think, part of why we were good co-anchors together, and work well together. And she said to me, which was ginormously helpful, she's like, I just started brain dumping stuff. What do you need? I'm like, here's what I need. Totally random things. And she said to me, as these things pop into your head, just text me what those are. So I just brain dumped to her everything that I had to do that was in my head. Even stuff like, my kid's band uniform is in the backseat of my car, and I need to have it dry cleaned. Can I physically go to do that? Yes. And I also have to, like, make a whole bunch of phone calls to schedule appointments. And I'm tired because I, went to the hospital again today, and all this other stuff, whatever. But I did that, and that was so helpful for me. And then she put it together in a Google Doc, and I'm like, that's what I need, that kind of organization. And you just don't know, like, expectations are awful, because you assume people are going to do X, Y, and Z. And then if they don't, you get all upset. I've learned it's hard, but, you know, you got to stop with expectations. Because with this and with lots of things, it's people that you wouldn't expect. Not that I wouldn't expect it from my co-anchor, but like, you know, people that you don't expect, you don't know how they're going to step up. You don't know how they're going to be helping you. My father I talked to today, and it wasn't even like a question, because in the back of my head, I'm like, who's going to take care of me? I have structures in place of how to have the house taken care of, how to have my kids taken care of. But I'm like, I may be almost 50, but I still need to be taken care of. And who's going to do that? You know, I'm single. Who's going to do that? And my mom isn't physically able to do that. My brother's, you know, kind of far away, and he's working and, you know, has his family, whatever. And I was very happy to reach out to him. One thing I had to say about siblings, you know, you could have strife and your ups and downs, but there's no relationship like what you have with your siblings. You know, someone that you share your youth and the growing up and all of that with is such a unique thing. But my father and I were estranged for a bit, and the fact that I didn't have to ask, it was more of a, when do you want us to come up? Not more of a, you know, do you want us to come up? Which was just a huge brick off my shoulders. Because I'm like, who's going to take care of me? I really need someone to take care of me right now. And I'm like, if it couldn't be them, I'd figure it out. But to have that offered was huge. And a weird thing, because I know I'm running out of battery and time and I have to sleep. A weird thing to be grateful for too is I reached out to 2 people who have had breast cancer and mastectomies, and I need to ask them their stories so I can understand more what to expect. And it's sad that I can say, yeah, I actually probably know 7 people who have had mastectomies, you know, somewhat close to my age. It's sad, but it's reality. And they're here, they're survivors, and they have their stories to share. And I actually am kind of curious what their boobs look like, which is a weird thing to ask, but I'd like to know what they look like. I want to know, like, did you have nipple reconstruction or not? You know, can I see what they look like? What do they feel like? Whatever, you know, if they're up for it, I am. And it's more of a matter of knowledge is power. Anyway, I'm crazy tired. I need to get some sleep. Yeah, I gotta get these up on YouTube. I need to figure that out, but I'll get there. So be safe. Any appointments you've been putting off, for Pete's sake, take care of yourself and make those appointments. You know, there's only one you. You gotta take care of your body and love yourself no matter what. Life is too precious, and so are you. That's a good way to end. All right, tomorrow's a new day. We'll see you then. Goodbye.